What's up guys, Duke Sloth here with a little review of the patch notes today. Want to talk a little bit about what this means for Conquest in casual and league, not so much competitive. I know that Incon has a video covering that. I haven't watched it yet. I want to have my own ideas here and not use his. And yeah, in other news, I've got a new microphone and I hope this works out. Let's get right into the patch notes. First of all, new skins. Holy damn. Amazing. I love them. I love them. I'm probably gonna spend a few more gems than I usually spend on anything, but that's not really what really matters here. What matters is the guard changes. First of all, let me scroll down to the point where this starts. Items. Bluestone Pendant got a little nerf. Mana regeneration is reduced from 4% to 3%. Still a strong item. I don't think it's going to change much. Warriors in solo lane might struggle a little bit more, but they had way too much mana anyway. So, yeah, 3% is still a ton. Watcher's Gift. Watcher's Gift was a little out of favor on most guards. And so jungle camps will now trigger Watcher's Gift's passive, which is really nice, especially when you're at mid camps and your jungler is doing one of the mid camps. You're just like halfway there, but he has to save them. You probably still get the XP with Watcher's Gift. Not so many situations where this happens, but it can happen. And where it's a lot more important, or what's a lot more important than that, is plus 5 MP5 on Watcher's Gift from now on. This is huge. Why this is huge is something I'm going to get to when we come to the guard balances, which is now, hi, surprise. I want to talk about two specific guards that are affected by this change. One I'm going to do now, one I'm going to do a little later because he's got some more changes. What I'm going to do now is Sobek. Sobek is one of those guards who has built-in defenses with his passive, has a good early anyways, can heal up anyways, so taking damage is not much of a problem with him here really. And Mark of the Vanguard is nice for extra defenses, but his big issue is mana. He's got this ult to regenerate some mana, but still his mana costs are extremely high, and even when he's regenerating all of that, it's nothing he can do just casually while playing. He needs to have his ult in specific situations. He can't just use that to regenerate mana. Therefore, Watcher's Gift will be huge on him. The other guard is Bacchus. Bacchus got a few changes. His Drunkometer gain is increased from 22 and so on percent to 33% and so on. The gain is a little lower, so on highest rank of the ability, it will now give 41% of your Drunkometer instead of 46. But in early game, he'll get a lot more. It's probably not really worth leveling COG as much anymore as it used to be, simply because your other abilities are better now. In addition, Belch of the Gods now makes Bacchus immune to knock up. Not all CC, but knock up, especially strong against Gab. Also, probably against Hercules as a support. Not sure if it does work with his knock up, but it actually should. We'll see on the PTS how that works out. Yeah, so that's for those. And Bacchus is profiting as much as Sobek from the new Watcher's Gift. He's got his defenses with his COG anyways, and he's gonna use that a lot more now. And the MP5 makes up for the rest. So you're gonna see a lot more of Sobek and especially Bacchus. Other guards. I'm just gonna go through the balances that actually affect gameplay though. Anhur's Impale is set back to what it used to be, no longer reduces damage by 50% after the first target hit, making him a viable ADC again. Probably not among the top ADCs because Shibalan K's boxing with his 2 damaging abilities is outmatched. It can't be outmatched early at this point, I think. Only Cupid keeping up with him really. Anhur, it's probably gonna be mid tier from what I see him being so far. He's always, the thing is, Anhur is that early is the most important part. His early is extremely strong. He falls off a little bit more than other hunters do. And as long as there are other gods that are so extremely strong and early, I don't think he'll dominate the setup. It could very well be possible that he can eventually climb up with change to Bluestone though, because he can still deal a lot of damage and doesn't have to use as much mana as Xbalanque would. We'll see about that. But I'd say mid-tier for now. Awilish got some buffs to her base health. Her base health is increased from 450 to 475. Her health per level is increased from 75 to 77. This is good. She's squishy, so any extra health is great for her. Due to the fact that she has a lot of immunity frames so too anyway, she's gonna be pretty tanky now. In addition, Moonlight Charge damage increased from 70 up to 230 to 90 up to 250. This makes her pretty strong. She wasn't bad before. I know that Cyclone Spin actually placed her in one of the highest tiers because he thinks that she's extremely strong as of now already. So this buff will make her scary. Especially for circuit players. Circuit players usually pick circuit to dominate the game and get out of everything. And Awilish was already a problem for circuit players. She was a direct counter because she could pull Circuit back out of a jump whenever she tried to get away. Now that Awilish is even stronger, we're gonna see more of her. It's gonna be a bigger problem for Circuit, but also for other players who have a jump anyways. Okay, let's go down to Bellona. Oh, the beloved Bellona. Bellona got some nerfs. They were pretty necessary in my opinion. Movement speed reduced from 6% per stack to 3% per stack. Protections reduced from 5 per stack to 4 per stack. Duration reduced from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. Very good choice. She's not going to be able to chase you forever anymore. Just keep on auto hitting. Bludgeon basic attacks using hammer now do 33% lifesteal instead of 100%. Also great, so she can't heal up on jungle camps with RC and Bludgeon anymore. Scorch, healing reduced from 30 to 110 to 30 to 70. So basically everything after the first level of that ability is lowered. I'm not too happy with that. I wanted to see the reduce in a way that it scaled with damage or protections or something, so there was less of a reason to build attack speed. With this situation, she can still build attack speed and heal herself up for a ton. It didn't really change much. Then again, she might see more nerfs in the future. It was said that this is just a first approach and they didn't want to nerf her into the ground. No changes to her ultimate yet. So all in all, she's still going to be very strong. Movement speed only affects her so much because she's got Frostbound Hammer in many of her builds anyway, so she is still going to be very good. She's probably still around S tier anyways, if not S+. Cabrakan, Seismic Crush. Cabrakan is no longer affected by the basic attack movement penalty while making basic attacks with this ability active. Very good for him. He can't miss his one anymore. It's going to make him a lot stronger. It was one of his bigger problems while playing. Alright, gonna go down a little bit. Kumbhakana, Mighty Yawn, radius increased from 20 to 25. So yeah, bit more CC there. With the aggressive meta, I personally don't see Kumbhakana being too valid yet. MP5 on Watchers didn't change too much for him either. We'll see. I don't think he can keep up with the top Guardians at this point. His kit is just a lackluster. He's still great in team fights, but with lane dominance being so important, I'm not sure. He has to get past laning phase to really do anything. And especially Bakus, who also is a heavy CC god, can do that a lot better now with his buffs. Nox got a buff. Controversial thing here. I personally don't like Nox buffs, but that's just me. her Nightfall Raven has her silence duration increased to 2 seconds in all ranks. It used to be 1 second and then going up to 2. Extremely strong and early. Nox's early dominance was never really gone. Now it's back in full turns. Silencing that long early can mean a lot, especially when it comes to getting mid camps, which are usually downed in 2 seconds, and dominating in lane against the other laner who's usually a mage, making her a lot stronger in boxing situations as well. And on top of that, Night Terror now gives her CC immunity. She can counter a lot of abilities with that. She still has that 1 second charge up time, but she will be able to charge it a lot more efficient. Yeah, like I said, personally not too happy with that. I think it's gonna kick her up quite a lot. I think she might actually end up being a mage again that is played a lot. I feel like she might be slightly overbuffed now. Don't judge me, but she was never really weak. People just stopped playing her because she got nerfed without any further consideration of just trying to build her differently or anything. And now she's back in the game. She's like up there. Well, not much more to say. I think we'll notice a significant surge of Nox players within the next weeks. Odin got some buffs. Physical power scaling increased from 60 to 70% on his lunge. Raven Shout scaling increased from 50% to 60%. Fair bit of damage, especially for his late game. He always fell off very hard late game, and the scaling might just make up for it. I've always find it hard to judge something like that based on those percentage numbers. They don't sound like much, but they might actually be a lot in game later. We'll just have to see. His kit is still the same, so it's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Other than that, it's mostly bug fixes down to Xbalanque. Xbalanque got a nerf, base attack speed reduced from 1 to 0.95. Slight nerf here. Gonna nerf is clear because he was especially good with his bolas and stuff like that. What it doesn't take away is his early dominance with his 2 damaging abilities. Therefore, I don't think we'll see a lot less of him. I don't know how well he can compete against the Cupid now, but I don't know if I don't think it's enough to take him off that first ban list, so to say. Just something you have to keep an eye out for. See how well he does in lane. It is a nerf after all, and it's gonna set him back a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna fall off because of this. Alright, that marks the end of this episode. I did this one a little different. I put some gameplay in the background so it doesn't get too boring while I read out all this stuff. Let me know if you like that or if you don't. I will adapt and use it or not use it in the future. Alright, thank you guys for watching. That's it from me. Duke Sloth out. And I can't find the key to cancel it. Ah, well.